Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today to this video on the Zen World channel. So today we're going to talk about a specific subject, which is the avatar and the power of the avatar to bring people back to life and how that works, okay? So when you get to the Vaitarani River, refer to previous videos on this channel for more information, okay? At the time of your life, okay? Some people, okay, will actually bounce back. We call them bouncers, people who have bounced back from the Vaitarani River, the people who have brought us the stories of the Vaitarani River and their experiences there. Okay, and often they have experiences of potentially other things at that level, okay, that they're talking about, different things, including a signpost, the woods, the river, and all these things, okay? And what you want to take, remember, the bridge of God across the Vaitarani River, that's what you want to take, the big river, okay? And where you don't want to go, for example, is the realm of the Asuras and the Rakshasas, because you're their food as a Deva, and they are there to take the light out of you, and if you're lucky, be turned into one of them, into a rung bottom demon. So it's not a good place to go. You also don't want to walk up on them and bring your troubles there. They're stronger than you, so leave them alone. You are at war with them in that sense that they want your energy, but to beat them, you just don't go to them. And you do not engage with them, and you do not give them your energy. You basically take the bridge of God across the Vaitarani River, and anybody that you meet on the way, you tell them about the bridge too. Okay. So how does the avatar bring people back to life? If you look back in Nat tradition, I referred to a guru I listened to on YouTube sometimes, Yogi Raj Sadguru Nath, and he talks about Nat tradition, right? And in Nat tradition, and the avatar doctrine also. And in the avatar doctrine, what you look at and what you see, for example, is you see there's a concept that the avatar is able to bring the dead back to life. And that's how it works, okay? So it's basically, I'll explain it, okay? So as an avatar, I have brought people back to life, okay? So the way that works, okay, is that when someone dies and goes to the Vaitarani River, okay, if they go back into the woods, but not taking one of the paths, but just into the trees, okay, as if they're lucky, they're trying to bounce back, they'll bounce back at that point, okay? So they get back into the trees, and when they get into the trees, some of them will be allowed to bounce back. And before they're allowed to bounce back, God actually has a conversation with them, because it's a very rare thing, okay, to be allowed to be bounced back, and explains to them that they're going to be allowed to bounce back in body. It's going to be traumatizing and all of these different things, so that they can come and give the message of the Vaitarani River and those truths to everybody who's alive, because these truths have to get to everybody. Okay, so they come with the messages, and there's also other reasons too. It's a specific intervention by God who sends those people back, who allows them to bounce back. Okay, and so God actually talks to them, and that's my being, a greater being of myself that exists there, that talks to them in their beings, in their minds, at that level, at that realm, and then wipes their memory, okay, of that talk, essentially. Right? And maybe some of the bouncers, the people who bounce back to Vaitarani River, will listen to these words, and it might unlock something in their memories. But those a lot of memories are erased, basically. But it was important to have the talk, out of just respect and all that, because it's a big moment anyways in someone's life, and you have to kind of give them guidance, but some things they can't remember when they get back, right? So that's the power of an avatar. Okay, the power of an avatar is basically, he is also the beings that exist at the different levels, right, of the deity, essentially, in my case, of the creator of the Kala Chakra, right, what you would call Parashiva or Vishnu, okay, or other names, Allah, Yahweh, Brahma, Shiva, Brahm, so many names, okay, Rawa. So basically, when you look at this, okay, that's the ability of the avatar to bring the dead back to life. Or my greater being, which exists at the Vaitarani River, is the being that sends beings back, right? And I'll give one very cool example. That monk who came back, right, from the Vaitarani River, okay, he was allowed to bounce back from the Vaitarani River. Okay, so he was allowed to walk around all these things, get experiences of all that, and the demons and asuras used him, right, as a way to let him think that that was heaven, so that he would come back, and everybody he would meet, he would tell them, "Oh, go to that place in the woods, take that path, and that's where the heaven is." Understand? Okay, but the greater purpose of this encounter is that so that I could talk about it and explain it all to everybody and save many more people. Okay, you understand? So now that's an example of why he was allowed to bounce back from the Vaitarani River, so that I could identify his example, right? Follow that, and bring it to you and explain to you his experience and where you really want to go when you get to the Vaitarani River, and explain the concept also to him of the people who bounce back and why they bounce back. Okay, because they're allowed to bounce back by God. Okay, it's a specific intervention that happens in the woods when they're wandering and they're trying to come back from where they came from. Basically, walk back in the same direction that they came from. Okay, into the woods, no path, into the trees. And it's easy to get lost. But if you're allowed a specific intervention to get back, if you're not, you'll just bounce back out of the woods again, and you know that you weren't allowed to bounce back. Now everybody's gonna try to bounce back. Watch this. No. Do what you will. So that's the power of an avatar, to bring the dead back to life. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it functions. It's the power of the avatar, in function of his story, in function of his story here in body, right? That brought people back to life, so that they could talk about the Vaitarani River, etc., so that we could all have this discussion, basically, of all the things you need to know about it now, and it can be confirmed in the stories and in the people in the text and the people that have come before and in their stories, right? So that everything is confirmed, right? And it's the confirmation of the words of the avatar, which is important to many people, right? Because after all, like as any guru, I guess you have a testing period that you can consider if you want to be gentle. But you don't want to be testing. What is what you want to be doing? You just want to be listening, and you want to be acting in consequence. And when you have, and what does that mean is when you have decisions to make in your life, right? You take in consideration these words that you have listened to, and basically from there, you also practice, right? Practice yoga, practice meditation, and you basically grow within your practice. And as you grow as a spiritual being, you'll see that many, many, many wonderful possibilities will open up to you at many different levels. Thanks for listening.